Casual Conversations. Today we're going to be talking about energy. Okay. Now, I want to make this clear. We're talking about energy. We're not talking about people. Okay. And for anyone who's listening, I don't want you to ever feel like this is a one stop shop. Of course, it's not. This is ongoing learning. Okay. This is ongoing information. I could be here for fucking 8 hours talking about Gemini and Pisces because it's not that simple. Okay. Life is not simple. Okay. I'm just going to be talking about a short aspect of what Gemini and Pisces is like to be in a relationship. Okay. So I gotta say that because I just, I want to make things clear. Okay. I'm not talking about anybody personally. I'm talking about the energy only. And the truth is everybody is looking to be in some form of relationship, okay? And whether that's a business relationship or romantic relationship, a sexual relationship, whatever kind of relationship you can think of, this is how human beings operate. We operate on relationships. We need to be able to work together in order to make things happen. That's how the whole world operates. So when you know that when you're grown, when you're serious about life, when you're moving a lot of money, when you have made a lot of investments in yourself, society, materialistically, whatever you can think of, you know that relationships have tremendous power. And with, relationships are all about experiences. Some are short and some are long. Okay. And the truth is, some will transform your outlook on life, transform your spirit, your life, and your soul. Some for the better. And unfortunately, the truth is, some for the worse. And at the end of the day, it's all about lessons. Lessons that will either elevate or destroy a person if you're not aware of the energy. Okay. Not the people. So again, don't take this personal, all right? Please don't take this personal. We're only talking about energy, okay? Hands down, hands down, Gemini and Pisces get along very well, okay? And the reason for this is because they are both curious, they love to communicate, they love things and ideas that are new and deep, okay? They're very outgoing people. They love sex. And they enjoy implementing change that will leave hallmarks or something tangible that shows that, boom, we did this. We built this together between our union. And if you look at a lot of Geminis and Pisces and they're in a relationship, there's a high percentage, okay, a very very high percentage, you're going to physically see everything that I just described. So you're going to see hallmarks, landmarks, trademarks, things that were built because of that union, things that were created. So you may find that a lot of Geminis and Pisces have children together even though they're not together, but they're still cool though, still cool. And this is what I want to talk about because with this type of energy only, guys, I'm not saying it's all gloom and doom, it won't work out. It will once you know about each other. Once you know about something, you're not living in fantasy land, then you can fucking work with it, hands down. But the people want to know the truth. They don't want to be bullshitted. But if you're not aware of the energy with this particular Gemini and Pisces, the chances are that it probably won't last that very long. Okay. And the truth of the matter is, no matter how we want to flip and trip and go with it, the truth of the matter is, whether you believe in this or not, okay, if you are a dater, or if you dated, okay, if you like relationships and like to have fun, like so many of us do, you got to know that some relationships are just going to be a waste of time because the energy doesn't support the union, because the energy has different agendas, okay? And when you're dealing with the Gemini and the Pisces, okay, and they're in a relationship, you best to know that at first, okay, because there's another side. We're going to talk about the other side of it. At first, it will be very loving and all that, and yeah, they will be very they will work well together, okay, and they will work together greatly. I mean, they can, like I said, what will come out of the relationship will definitely be tangible. Okay, this is why it's good in a sense, this relationship, because there's some relationships you can be with a person and I don't give a fuck how good and how perfect things are, they're not manifesting anything tangible, they're not showing proof of what they built out of the relationship, what they gained out of the relationship. Some relationships, I mean, there's some people who've been with people and instead of them going up, they're fucking going down. And, even though the sex is good, the love is good, the romance is good, they have good communication and everything else in between, they just can't seem to get it together on the financial level. There's no show and proof. There's nothing tangible that comes out of it other than bullshit talking and hot air about how good their relationship is. But everybody else has to fucking help them because they can't rub two pennies together in a relationship. Not a Gemini and a Pisces. And I think that's what holds them together when the going gets tough in the relationship. Because they realize that the both of them, when they're ready to cooperate and work together, they realize that they will be able to show and prove the world that their relationship was not a waste of time. Okay. And they have like a natural rhythm. Like I said, that it naturally when they're on their bullshit, they on some shit where they can manifest, things that appear to be to what other people see as the perfect love. Something that is exciting, sexy, the relationship where when the couple gets together or from what people see, it's a feeling of always looking forward to, a really good feeling. That's the Gemini and the Pisces. But I think that a lot of times the reason why it may not be everlasting, which it could be, but I think that it's not really everlasting because sometimes we got to keep it real now. The truth is, Geminis, they do like to flirt. Gemini people, they're very curious. They like to play a lot. They like to go out a lot. I talked about that on my Gemini series, and the outgoing will be parties. Okay. A lot of them are DJs, like I said. They like to talk to a lot of people, a lot of people. And if you're a sign that is not prepared to deal with a person who is going to be around a lot of people, whether that is physically or emotionally, whatever the Gemini is into, it's going to be a lot of people involved. And that can make a Pisces, feel defeated, feel insecure, feel jealous at times, because they realize that there's nothing that they can do. Okay. And you better not try to hold the Gemini back because they don't fucking like that. And you know if you do it, they're out the door immediately. So the Pisces works around that, but it doesn't the Pisces doesn't they don't fuck with that too much. Okay. They're not gonna fuck with you like that all the time. Is they gonna do it at first. They're gonna do it at first because at first, when a Pisces and a Gemini gets together, they're adventurous and all the things that are mentioned, but they're adventurous not only that, but they're adventurous in and out of the bedroom. Okay. And I mean, sometimes a Gemini gets to the point where, they're like, fuck my friends, fuck my social group. I'm shutting everything down. Two hands up, middle finger up, panties down, pants down, slapping that ass, kiss my ass. I'm ready for romance. I'm ready for love. I'm ready to have sex. But if this does not go on for a long period of time, which it most likely won't, because again, when you're dealing with the Gemini energy, they come with a full blast. It's a full, when they come in, it's doors swung open, bada bing, bada boom. Here comes the Gemini in the room. And it's balloons, it's sparkles, it's loud music, it's everybody laughing, everybody talking, whether it's negative or positive. It's this big excitement. Sometimes Pisces um doesn't want that. And they don't want to be extroverted. They want to be introverted. Okay? And this may cause a Pisces some disappointment. Because they'll remember that when they were with the Gemini at first and the Gemini was with the Pisces, they will remember that there was a time where they loved to indulge in fantasy and fairy tale. And they had this weird communication, this weird connection between just only the two of them that only they remember, only they know about that experience because it's shared between them only. Okay, they will remember the times of laughter, um and they will understand how, how valuable it is to have a strong communication. Okay, but when this goes awry, it can cause another problem. What's so good about this relationship is that, I don't know, for some reason or another, even though it's totally the opposite, okay, there's some type of attraction between these two signs. Again, it's very short lived though, that they do enjoy kissing. um they enjoy each other. Okay, they enjoy feeling differently, the different kind of feelings that they don't get from other signs. Okay, so they really do enjoy each other. But again, in this type of relationship, I wouldn't say with these two energies, and I hate to throw my sign under the bus, but I have to. Hey, it is what it is. We got to keep it real. We got to keep it funky. Okay, in this type of relationship, from everything that I described about the energy with the Gemini and the Pisces, a Pisces can kind of like become jealous, angry, depressed, feeling left out. Okay, because they naturally worked on that introverted level and they had all this excitement with the Gemini. But then after a while, the Gemini will feel snugged very early on in the relationship, way early on in the relationship, and already been out on you, like already been down the block on the Pisces. And then the Pisces will realize that and then will start to feel snug themselves. Okay? And then before you know it, they're going their own way. Going their own way. And I believe that they're going their own way because they're both not willing to communicate anymore. They're both not willing to, spare any more energy anymore to try to mend the relationship. So, like I said, when you see this type of energy, or if you go through this type of energy, it's going to be great at first. It's definitely going to be great at first. But keeping it real, you know, if a Pisces is consistently met with disappointment, sometimes a Gemini will not find the Pisces to be as attractive as they were in the beginning. And they will feel like the Pisces is childish, and they need to be a little bit more grounded in order to sustain the relationship. And a Pisces may feel like the Gemini is no longer attentive, no longer, paying attention. And then they will feel like they're getting manipulated. And they will look at the Gemini as a manipulator because they will see that the Gemini loves to just entertain people. But that's just the way the Gemini is. I mean, you just have to know that that's what they do. That's what they love. They enjoy that. They really enjoy talking to a wide variety of people. I mean, from all walks of life. If you want to talk about racism and prejudice, this is definitely not the sign that has should not have any of those keywords when in conjunction with a Gemini, unless they have some other damaging parts in their chart that will make them to be a racist. But most Geminis that I've met, they're not like that. They're very open, and they want to hold hands with everybody, from old to young to middle to strong to weak. Whatever you think of, they want to hold hands with you. They want to really get to know you, and they want to experience life with you. And sometimes the Pisces can be living in fantasy land, and kind of like wake up and face reality and accept that everyone is not trying to live in this deep fantasy, and be willing to accept people's differences. Okay. And stop trying to always go out and look for a soulmate, and try to redefine ways that will, you'll be able to enjoy fantasy, and then you'll be able to enjoy reality. And if you can find that balance and work with a Gemini, okay, this relationship could be strong and everlasting. But again, with the energy and people really not getting to, the problem is, I think, with a lot of relationships that are not lasting, things are going awry. And, even if it's not lasting, it's just for an experience, at least try to get something out of it. That's going to be the betterment of for self or for everybody else around you. But the problem is, people don't even want to get to know themselves. So if you don't know yourself with other people, so after a while, a Gemini and a Pisces, they may find that they're having, somewhat of a hard time trusting each other. Okay. Um and then when they start to lose trust in each other, okay, I think that, after a while, they both signs now, both energies may start to bend the truth. When they're together, though, not when they're with other people. When they're other with other people, they're keeping it real. But when the relationship goes away and they get together, they start to bend the truth. And then they start both lying to each other. Okay. And after this experience of, them bending the truth, and both of them are aware, because Gemini, they're witty, they're sharp, they're pretty quick. They know usually right away when somebody's bullshitting them. It takes them like maybe less than 5 minutes to know if you're a bullshitter or not. The Pisces, it takes a while for them to find out if you're a bullshitter because they like to look at the good side of people too damn much. But they both have a way of finding out the truth eventually. Some fast, some slow. And when you have these energies that are together, they may find themselves, not being caught up in the illusion that they were caught up before because of, the good adventure, the outgoing, the fun, the laughter, the excitement. They love that. Both of those energies, they love that. They love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But some people stay with it on the extroverted level, and some people just want to go on the introverted level, go into the little cave and start having adventure in that way. Okay. And like I said, when you're dealing with these energies, they both love sex. Okay. They love sex. So they both have a way of pulling each other in and out of those energies. So extroverted, the Gemini could pull the Pisces, pull them out. Get them, come on, let's go out, let's have fun, let's go on a slide, or let's go on a ride at Great Adventures. Let's do this. Let's scream. Let's go crazy. Let's go out. And then that they need that. They don't need to be pushed back into a corner that other signs want to do to them. They love that and they need that energy from Gemini. And then, Geminis, they need that time where they can settle down. And here comes the Pisces saying, I know you love the adventure. You got all that energy out, but let me pull you in and let me give you another type of adventure, a fantasy, illusion, love, sex, intimacy. And then the Gemini enjoys that. Okay. But, like I said, if that goes array, which most likely it will be, because again, people just they don't want to fucking take the time out to get to know themselves, never mind other people, and then fucking the relationship is destroyed. Everybody's pulling their hair trying to figure out what the fuck happened, and the truth is what happened was this shit was not, didn't have 5 stars of working out because nobody don't even know who the fuck they is. So you may find that a Gemini and a Pisces may start to get into unexpected arguments that are heated though. Okay. Unexpected arguments. I mean, anywhere they will start like arguing outside in front of people. Okay. The Gemini may start just blowing them up and don't give a fuck who's around. The Pisces, they're not backing down. Now you got these two energies that are heated and they're saying very hurtful things that is going to be damaging to the relationship. And then you find that both of these energies, they're going to find it hard after all that damage that has been done. They're going to find it hard to forgive each other or try to, muscle up the energy or the ambition. Anything that it needs to take, anything that they need to find inside of them to take to try to repair the relationship. This energy may find it very difficult to do that after the disrespect has came into play in this relationship. And when you find that these energies have gotten to the point where, they're not trying to forgive each other, they're holding grudges, they feel like this motherfucker has crossed more than the line in my life that has put bullshit on my name, damaged the relationship, has hurt me. They may be like, you know what? I'm not gonna fuck. I don't want to listen to anything that motherfucker or that bitch has to say. I don't fucking want to hear it. They can't even be in the same room with each other now. They don't want to fucking work together. They don't want to listen, nothing. It's a fucking it's a fucking power struggle. And everybody sees it. And now people have to get involved. So now you have lawyers, the courts, a fucking referee who's jumping in between a relationship. And at one time, I want to get on my stepper now. I'm sorry. At one time, it seemed like it was unbreakable. Like nobody could fucking get in between this shit. Yo, real talk. We're fucking unbreakable. Now it's like, yo, when those two energies, yo, when they get together, you better have the security guard, yo, real talk, cause these people they ready to go blow for blow, the Gemini and the Pisces. So you may find that you know, what seemed at first to be an everlasting love affair, you may find that they no longer have things in common. What used to be a lot of phone calls, calling them 3, 4 times a day, on the phone for 2, 3 hours, or sometimes they weren't even talking, just as long as the Gemini or the Pisces was breathing on the phone, even though they was doing other things. Just the energy of them being together was there. It's been cut now. So now the phone calls slow down, and the decisions that they were able to make together, that were tangible, that were hallmarks, landmarks of that, what people could see that they manifested from the relationship, they may find on the other side, when things go away, that they're unable to make decisions, and their indecisive nature that both of these energies have, it may come into play times 10, because they're no longer trying to listen. Remember, they're no longer listening to each other now. So they're not listening no more to each other. They both think that they're about bullshit, so they don't want to fucking listen to each other no more. So now you have this attitude with the both of them, which is automatically has an indecisive nature. They can't make up their mind. They need to all over the place. Now they both are indecisive, and now both of them can't make up their mind. And again, you need the third party to inject their ass in the relationship and the negotiation and those contracts, trying to work with both parties, because for some reason they have a lack of understanding, and one person is trying to hurt the other person more. You know what I'm saying? On different levels, different ways, they're trying to fucking come up with creative ways to destroy each other. So I would say that a Pisces and a Gemini, again, this is not the one stop shop, the all in all. But I believe that just looking at this energy, Pisces and Gemini, they're great for one night stands, short term relationships. Okay. But when we're talking about relationships, I believe that this energy is good for business. Anything to do with the creative side of life, because Pisces can help Geminis use their talent in a constructive way. But Geminis need to be careful, though, when they're dealing with a Pisces, because on the other side of this thing, a Pisces can drain energy out of a Gemini. Okay, so this is just the part one. I just wanted to go ahead and put some videos on my channel. It's fucking empty and shit. I'm like, I gotta fill this motherfucker up. Okay, I gotta fill it up. And I want to know. I want to talk about some things. I want to know shit, because, like I said, when you're at a certain level in your life, when you're grown, when you're mature, when you've been through some shit, and you got investments, you got money, you got some contracts, you got some dealings, and you're grown, and you're not a little child running around looking for bullshit relationships and things that are going to set you back in life. You want to know about energy. You want to know about some things. Shit. If you have $1 million, what you gonna do? Gonna give it to somebody you don't know? Or you want to know what you're investing in? You want to know. Before I hand you this $1,000,000, what type of person are you? Is this going to work out? Is this a good deal? Am I going to lose my money? And if I do, what's the percentage? How much am I looking out as a loss before I can bail out this motherfucker? So that's what I'm dealing with, on my channel. So I want to thank all my new subscribers. I want to thank you for your subscription. Thank you hands down for listening. Um but I want to tell you guys, like, I'm not like no fucking expert or anything when it comes down to these signs. Like I said, I got into the science because of experiences that I've been through in my life. A lot of time was wasted from relationships and from all kinds of things that I dealt with other people because I took people on face value. I accepted people on face value. I trusted people on face value. I gave things away because I thought that what I saw was of value. And only later, when things were lost, things were damaged, and things like that, is when I realized, you know what? Fuck face value. I want to know people deeply. I want to get a good understanding. So if I do have to deal with people again, get into relationships with people again, at least I know kind of like what the energy is going to manifest. And when shit hits the fan, there's no fucking surprise. No surprise. Because So, thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. I hope to be doing another video soon. And like I said, this is not somebody who's coming at you like a know-it-all, or somebody who's just trying to, I'm just, learning the energy, just like you, like a loudspeaker. Okay. So thank you, and we'll talk again.